Hello, fam. I am Val Jean, and this is my world, at least the way I see it. If you are happy with the current administration, please scroll on by. This is not the channel for you. If you are not happy and you want to do something about it, come on in, pull up a chair, get a drink, a piece of paper, and a pencil because we do have homework, or we get homework. This is going to be homework on the fly. Make yourself at home. And I see fam is sitting here waiting for me. Thank you so very much. Let's greet everybody. Dinky Jen is here. Dinky Jen started out as Dinky Jen, and then she became her alter ego. Why? You weren't blocked, baby girl. You were in there. You're right here. You're here, and you're here. You're not blocked. Oh, don't put the X at the end of your statement. I know you're doing X for kisses, but YT has been flagging X's, and the mods have to release them. So it's not that uh, you're not being blocked. Your comment is being held for review, and a mod has to release it. That's been happening a lot lately. I spent a lot of time at Sunita's last night releasing comments because people were giving kisses, but I didn't say anything. I'll have to start saying things. Um, Tabitha Speaks did a really nice recording on the problems going on in Georgia, and I was real happy because we could bring Darcia in. However, Reese is going to cover the same topic at 3, right after my live. I don't, I, my redirect disappeared. I did have redirect. It's not there today. I don't know where it went. It did not ask permission. I did not sign a permission slip, but my redirect has left the building. So I have pinned the link to the top of the chat. We're each going to have to call an Uber, or, we can share a ride. And we're going to go over to Reese's right after this. We're going to do a Val Jean raid. And I called it a watch party because we get to interact with everybody over at Reese's house since he is going to cover what I was going to cover. And we'll just make a party out of it. Um, if he does not cover everything that we're interested in, and very rarely does that happen, but if he doesn't, I will put the link to Tabitha in the description, and we can talk about it later if you want. Hi Sam, how you doing? Everybody's speaking. Sam says YT has been having issues today. I think I have seen a few people having to use an alternate streamer, etc., because of the issues. Oh, okay. Jen has saved the link. I pinned it to the top, so it shouldn't go anywhere. I think well, let me put it to you this way. I tried to pin it to the top. Let me check. Yeah, it's up there. It's gonna stay there. Uh, Valerie, stop, stop. Yeah, it'll stay up there. So we'll take Uber over to Reese's house at 3. They are, and please tell Darcia if she comes in later. But this is about the lady who was running for senator in Georgia. I don't think Marsha Lee comes here. Oh, there's Darcia. Darcia, we're doing a Val Jean raid over to Reese Waters after this. He's talking about your crazy lady that's running for senator who called ICE in on the new Hyundai plant that they are building. They were going to bring in I want to say 8,500 jobs, but 375 South Koreans are being detained, and Korea is sending over planes to get them. They said, do not deport them. We're coming to get them. So, uh, LG was supposed to come over and do some business over here. They said they're no longer coming. Yeah. But we're going to start opening plants and we're going to be bringing the jobs back to America. And then you detain the people who are trying to build the plants to show Americans how to build the Hyundai cars. I'm just saying. Use your left hand to cut off your right hand, and you never mind. I'm sorry, Jennifer. I don't know. I don't know what happened because I saw you under both names. I'm confused. Hi, Michelle. How you doing, cuz? Jeanette, how you doing? Good to see you. Susan, hugs and smooches, sweetheart. How are you doing today? I thought about you last night, and I'm going to email you later on. You know how I am at email. I will get to it, but I had a thought, and I'm just going to email you and tell you the thought because you know if I wait until the end of the month, I'm not going to remember, and if I write it down, I'm going to lose it. And yes, I spent Sunday cleaning the living room and I did not find those patches. So I just reordered them. And one of the patches that I reordered, he's no longer making. And I'm like, it's only been 2 weeks. Why are you not making them any longer? Oh, but that's for the other channel. Jen says, okay, well, my crown points didn't move. There you go. Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? I'll try to behave without the kisses. You can do the kisses, but do the emojis. I don't know why they're having a problem with the X. I don't. And sometimes it just depends because we always type WHYTE, but I got flagged over at Reese's one day for typing it, and then a couple days later somebody came over here and typed it, and the flags didn't go up. I don't know what's happening. Okay, thank you. It's here. Oh, you're driving? Okay, you can drive. She's I'm not going to say she's a much better driver than I am, but she will get you there without the doors flying open and people flying out. That's all I can say. That's all I'm going to say about my cousin. Hi there, Darcia. It is so good to see you. What have you been up to? I'm still trying to find the patches though. Darcia is saying hi to everybody. Okay, you're back. You can kiss. Just do an emoji. I I can't explain it. I just don't know. I can't explain it. Hi, Chris. How you doing, sweetheart? Uh, yeah, she's an idiot. It's crazy. Okay, so one thing I found out this weekend. Excuse me. I was out in the park this afternoon, and I'm gonna suffer for it. Jeanette is saying hi to everyone she missed. Hi, Pinky. How you doing, little cuz? Dorcia says, yes, I know. No, it's the Hyundai plant. Oh, the Kia plant is going to do the same thing? Oh, Hyundai, Kia, and LG. Because I had to stand there for a minute, and I'm like, what's the problem with the South Koreans? It's the North Koreans that we're mad at. We know ICE is in Chicago. One of my cousins is a administrator at a Catholic school. I forgot to ask her which one, but she said ICE has been in her area. They did not come to raid the schools, but they've been raiding the homes. It has not been on our news. I have not heard anything about ICE being in St. Louis, but they're here. Yeah. Everybody is speaking. Oh, good. She's thinking and pressing button. Yeah, I'm thinking and pressing buttons. So if anything goes dark, hang on. It'll be back. Chris is trying to figure out tails and toe beans. Square by Dragon. Tails and toe beans. If you're having trouble with it, put the part that you're having trouble with in the group, and we'll see what we can do to help you out. Susan says, I'll put all of the related emails in a special folder for the end of September. There you go. Jen says, I can't be bothered to crochet tonight. I did 2 rows this morning. I'm tired with it. I understand that. I haven't done any rows yet, and I have to remember to get my yarn out of here and take it to the other room for tonight. Michelle says it is jealous because of the letter before Y. It is an entire platform, and the tangerine tyrant gets jealous. Yeah, I knew Hyundai and LG were connected. Well, I found that out this morning. I did not realize that Kia was connected. I thought Kia and Hyundai were two separate companies. But since I had always had Toyota until I got my Subaru, I didn't care. But thank you for letting me know that. We have we have a little cutie sent in by our dear darling Roberta, who has said, I'm going to stop filling up your emails. And I said, don't stop. Because she always finds things that I, of course, have not seen. And this one is really, 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 really cute. And we're not going to have homework for this because this is not something that we can do anything about. But I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to let you all stop. Hold on. I hate. No, wait a minute. Let me go back. Oh. My nephew is 40? How did that happen? Never mind. Y'all getting old? Hold on. I'm trying to make this bigger. It's not working for me. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to see if I can get this to blow up. If not, we're just going to have to do the best we can. Mm, Jesus. She sent me a reel. And I have God's own problems trying to get back to the beginning of the reels. Once you open it, it won't go back. Okay, let me try it this way. I'm like, Shorty, now this is pissing me off. All right. Sorry, y'all. This is the best I can do with what they're giving me to work with.
fascism. They painted it red, white, and blue and called it Americanism. And here are the funds to see it through. Fantastic amounts subscribed by a few private individuals to whom money didn't mean anything anymore, but who wanted political power. Knew they could never get it by democratic means. There's a list of their names. This was the essence of their plan. Here are some articles ready for release to stir up all the little hatreds of the whole nation against each other. This was an article to be published in an anti-Semitic paper attacking the Jews. This was to be used in the Farmers' Gazette to stir them up against the city dwellers. Here's one attacking the Catholics. Anti-Negro, anti-labor, anti-trade union. Subtle appeal to the Ku Klux Klan. Here's a list of newspaper editors who either sought to occupy public office or sought to dictate who should occupy public office. And when they failed, felt that the public was a great, stupid beast. Here's a list of men who served their country in the last war and were failures in business and again longed for the power of rank and the prestige of a uniform. In there are the names and addresses of the men who were designated to be America's first stormtroopers. But what was really shocking to me was the complete cynicism of the plan. Each of these groups was simply to be used until its usefulness was exhausted. Hates were to be played against hates. If one group threatened to get too powerful, it would be killed off by another group. And in the end, all these poor little people who never knew to what purpose they were lending themselves would be in the same chains, cowed and enslaved, with Robert Forrest and his handful of power-thirsty henchmen cracking the whip. Of course, they didn't call it fascism. They painted it red, white, and blue and called it Americanism. And here are the funds to see it through. Fantastic amounts subscribed by a few private individuals to whom money didn't mean anything anymore, but who wanted political power. Knew they could never get it by democratic means. There's a list of their names. This was the essence of their plan. Here are some articles ready for release to stir up all the little hatreds of the whole nation against each other. This was an article to be published in an anti-Semitic paper attacking the Jews. This was to be used in the Farmers' Gazette to stir them up against the city dwellers. Here's one attacking the Catholics. And
well, at least I got around to the beginning so that you could see the beginning. But what does that sound like? Think forward in Mercury. The more things change, the more they remain the same. Hi, Sanita. How you doing? Good to see you. What say y'all? What do you think? Oh, that was from... Oh, here's the link. And that clip was taken from Keeper of the Flame, 1947. The more things change, the more they remain the same. Sunitha says, I want to, but just not in the mood to hook today. I hear you. I hear you. Rinse and repeat. What do they say happens when you don't learn anything from history? You're doomed to repeat it. Why haven't they learned? Why haven't they learned? I don't get it. And I really don't understand Black MAGA. They are a foreign entity to me. I don't understand them the least little bit. Jen says it's a rerun of the past that failed. Let's hope they keep failing because we want a united America. Thank you. As do I. As do I. Thank you. Because right now it's no fun for anybody. Chris says, I think I'll watch that as a documentary they wanted to follow. You think? That's a possibility. Oh, that's scary. You might be right, Chris. They don't understand themselves. There is that. There is that. But you know, they were saying that Georgia has lost a lot of its tourism revenue, and if we keep making it so that the other countries don't want to come and start factories over here, this is going to be a pretty piss poor country. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And all he's trying to do is stay out of jail. That's all. He doesn't care about us. He doesn't care about anything except the people who grease his palms. From what I can see, Sam says, I think someone read Animal Farm to to work out how to switch from democracy to hypocrisy. Hi, Laura. How are you? Welcome in. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. That is so bad. Michelle says, my question is, where does Tyler Perry stand on the. You know what? I have not seen anything from Tyler Perry. And they were saying that the people came in on the B1 visas, which meant they weren't supposed to be working. They didn't come in under the HB1 visas to be able to work. But the people were building the factories so that the Americans could build the cars. And I tried to find out if all of the 375 or whatever people being detained had the visas. So if they had the visas, they had the paperwork. What's the big deal? You swap out the one from the for the one you want them to have. It's not that big of a deal. But I could not find anything definitive on that. So if anybody has seen a clip on it or has seen it somewhere, please drop it in the chat and we will review it. I looked for it and I couldn't find it. Jen says, thanks, Anita. I'm not alone. I'll pick mine up tomorrow. I'll pick mine up tonight over at Kelly's house. Uh, uh, Pinky says, Georgia is about to lose more. Manufacturing companies are panicking, and Marvel slash Disney is going to the UK. Are they really? Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. And we talked about last week they were moving the Nassau plant from Colorado to Alabama. And somebody pointed out to me later that they were moving it from a blue state to a red state. Because I couldn't see the point in it, and they're like, yeah, they're moving it to a red state. Yeah, that speaks volumes. Yeah, they're not playing here. And I don't blame them. Don't most followers understand that the golden age had robber barons? No, because they most of these uh, individuals were born in the late 40s, and they probably did not watch those types of things just because. I don't know. They don't appear to. Sam says, Tyler Perry, hasn't he been accused of SA? That might be why he is keeping a low profile. I don't know. He they always attack him about something just because. I'm not sure about the SA. He comes out about every couple of years and says something. He's not always all right. Let me qualify it. From the things that I am watching, I don't see a lot of him. So he's probably busy with what he's doing, or he's busy on other platforms that I'm not participating in. But I don't see a lot of him. Michelle says, question: if Pip is Pinky, am I the brain? I believe so. I believe so. Oh, listen to you. Yes, she is correct. And she says it's not about paperwork or visas, it's about control and othering people. And the lady that called ICE is about hot. And the other people and the lady that called ICE is about hiding in her house. Yeah. Somebody did say it's about control, but it's still inhumane. I just TP is a whole hot mess, but he runs an entire show lot, and with so many employees, I worry for the, well, king me. Did you know that Walt Disney came over to the UK many years ago to find out if his roots were at a village in the UK called Norton Disney? No, I did not know that. Apparently, the Disney name came over from France. Really? Huh. I wonder how it's pronounced with the French accent, because I can't hear it. I'll have to look that up later. Throw a rock and hide your hand. Well, remember the man that threw the sandwich at an ICE agent? They chased him, and then they came back to his house later and arrested him for throwing a sub sandwich. M equals man. I worry for the man. Huh? I don't worry for him. Meant to type them. M equals man, but you meant to type them. Pinky, what's wrong with your mother today? Sorry. American run companies very much maniacal laughed. Remember that was part of his platform. He was going to institute the tariffs so that the manufacturers would build their factories in America and not import parts. But if you are going to detain the people who are trying to build the factories so you don't have to import the parts, you're shooting yourself in the foot. I'm just saying. They tried to charge the sandwich thrower with a felony, but that fell flat. They're trying to charge. They're trying to charge anybody who makes any kind of move, motion, or anything uh, to a militia, military, or ICE get charged with a felony. Oh shoot, VJ. I knew I would forget it, and I forgot to put it in the thing. Supreme. They said it was illegal for uh, the National Guard to be in LA, and then the Supreme Court's overruled it. So now they're in Chicago. They're coming to St. Louis. But If they hog tie all of the blue states, which pay all of the money into the treasury, the red states aren't going to be able to get any as many funds as they normally do, especially since 47 is spending $28 million every weekend to go play golf, waste, fraud, and abuse. She's sleepy. Oh, that's the problem. Okay. Because she's messing with me. Sunitha says, I wish someone would throw me a sandwich. What kind do you want? Jen says, Designy is the French origin. I watched an episode on YT last night called Time Team. It was interesting. Oh, thank you, Designy. Michelle says, Sunita, I want to throw you a sub sandwich, but it keeps sinking. Chris says, the manufacturers who move the companies out of the country, I, you know, I don't know that it's the ones who moved out or if that he wants to bring new ones in. He whoever our greatest importers are, I think is where he had wanted to try to start. But they kept telling him to build a factory is going to take 3 to 4 years. And there are a couple of places that he was talking about retrofitting, and I don't think that's going to work. They had, they were talking about an aluminum plant that are having trouble affording the raw aluminum to mix with the sand to make aluminum. And they've had to lay people off, not in their main plant, which I think is in Wisconsin, but in their plants in Illinois and somewhere else down here. Oh, I didn't put it in my notes. But yeah, he's messing up all over. Be careful and stay in, avoid them. Yeah. I don't know that they've come down to your area yet. I think they're still in Chicago. You wish they would? No, you don't. His defense is simple. I thought he looked hungry, Judge, and wanted to help him out. Judge, I heard that they don't have adequate supplies for the troops, and I was just trying to feed him. Sunita says, where are they going to send me? I said the same thing. They got to find some place for me to go because I don't know where to tell them I came from. Because for the last 200 years, I've been right here in America. So they have to figure out where I came from before then. As long as my yarn and hook can go with. Alex has to go too. Can't live without that. I mean, if you retrofit a plant, it is still an HERB for transgender. I'm not going there. I am so not going there. He's 18 now. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, then yeah. Well, you don't want him to go to the military, so you just take him with you. He is your problem. He is your problem. That's your baby. I don't know what's going on here. Uh, what else is happening? Since they've taken a bite out of the 14th Amendment, they will most likely say you're Haitian. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I've done my DNA. I am definitely not Haitian. That one, I know for sure. From all the other little pieces, I am. Okay, we've got ice running amok and burning up money. We've got oh, 47 said that little black children are born criminals. Yeah. I am ready to put myself in a corner, too sleepy to make sense. Sunita says, knowing him, he would hurt himself like twisting an ankle and get sent back. Tell them that he has bone spurs. I am rude and prone to overthink. Where does that put me? Ah. But if you're overthinking, you're not that sleepy. Or are you? Do you overthink when you get tired? I'm just asking. And they said that all that gilded stuff in the Oval Office is gold paint from Hobby Lobby, Home Depot. But VJ, you have a language advantage if you go to Mexico. Ooh, but I would spend half of my time going lentamente, por favor, lentamente, because they speak too damn fast for me. Can we start sending funeral mashed potatoes? Uh, Last week when Shorty was in the hospital, there was a person in the elevator with me on the phone, and I could only pick out one. I could only pick one of every. I could only pick out one of every four words, and I'm like, oh no, baby, you're too fast for me. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. You fit right here. Ah, yes, at least I think I do. Hang on. Uh oh, she's gonna go check. DKJ, do you have room? And you're laughing about the mashed potatoes. I heard that story. I haven't, so I'm gonna have to go look it up. I figure we need multiple bags of taters. Oh, what did I miss? Without the brats, yes. Oh, the brats. I'll make a bed of yarn. Does that help? And I'll supply the coke. Oh, you are the hostess with the mostest, and you're back to your name. Look at you. Love me some Mary. You all are referencing a movie that I have not seen. Oh. Oh? But he loves French fries. Oh, you gonna pack? Oh, yes. She has been on his case lately. She's always on his case, but she's really been on his case lately. And Musk keeps saying that he's in the files, like we know. And Lawrence O'Donnell showed comparison between a check he received and the signature on the birthday card, and they appear to be the same signature. So, yeah, he wrote that birthday card. You're smiling. Mary's dad dumped mashed potatoes on his head to shut him up. Did it work? Oh my gosh. When he was a kid, someone dumps them on his head, and it was the only time he shut up. So it did work. Yay. Yeah, I bet his brother was tired of him. Nah, he loves burgers. It doesn't remind him of his brother in the mashed potatoes incident. What are big brothers for? I mean, honestly, what are big brothers for? I never had one, so I don't know. He was picking on the little brother, and a fine job. He should have stuck around a little bit longer so he could pick a little bit more. Cause that brother, ooh, child, yeah, he's bad. He's bad. He's bad. Okay, what's going on in everybody's neck of the woods? Anybody got homework to throw into the pot? Michelle says telling the story seems to piss him off, but there are rumors that he likes that kind of thing. Golden showers, that is. You know what? Somebody asked him that, and he said that that would never happen because his wife wouldn't stand for it. But who's to say that he did it with his wife? I love me some mashed potatoes with mayo, and I'll not waste it on him unless it was a bad lot. You whip the mayo in the potatoes instead of butter and milk? That's an interesting way of doing it. Mashed potatoes with that. Inquiring minds want to know. Do you mash the potatoes with the mayos? See, you all have a whole different kind of diet from us over here. And it is with butter first, mayo gives it a kick taste. I could see that. Kind of like a baked potato with sour cream. I tell you, I learn something new on every live. It says, well, there's the butter. Until one day I was making mashed potatoes, and Heather walked into the kitchen to see me add a huge dollop of mayonnaise to the mashed potatoes, and she immediately asked me if I was crazy. I would ask the same question. That would be me. Yep, mayonnaise. Now, she had been eating mom's and my mashed potatoes forever, but somehow she never realized we were adding mayo. There's nothing like adding mayo. The mayo gives the mashed potatoes a smooth, velvety texture and tons of extra flavor. And add in some milk and butter, and you've got a winning mashed potato recipe in my book. Huh. And Duke's mayo is her mayo of choice. She's related to Granny D. I'm just saying. The tangy flavor of Duke's pairs perfectly with the potatoes, but most mayos will work. That is, unless they're sweet. Mayos with a sweet profile and things like Miracle Whip just don't do in this recipe. I'm glad she said that because I have is Miracle Whip. No one wants sweet mashed potatoes, so I'd avoid those if I were you. Huh. You want a starchy potato like a russet Yukon Gold works well too. Make sure to cook in salted water. It's hard to get the salt right after they're cooked. Be cautious not to overmix. Growing up, we always used a hand mixer to mix them. And while I mostly opt for a traditional masher, ricer, or food meal these days, there are many times I use my mixer. Just be cautious not to overmix or they'll turn to paste. Well, that'll never do. Finish these babies with a little extra melted butter and a healthy sprinkling of black pepper, just like Mom always does, and you've got a seriously delicious side that goes with just about anything. Go ahead, give them mayo taters a spin. You're gonna love them. Y'all enjoy. Well, I have to learn a southern recipe from my UK sister. How does that work out? That is that's something different. I don't know that I don't know. I don't know. With butter first, yeah, I we need to work on keeping them from restructuring the MO districting. We've only got two blue cities, but if they get more reds, more, yeah, we don't need more red seats. You're right about that. Melania also claimed he wouldn't do it because he is a germaphobe. But is that true? Because he shakes everybody's hand and he was grabbing all the ladies by the crouch. That doesn't sound like a crotch. That does not sound like a germaphobe to me. It's like deviled eggs but with potatoes. Okay. I've had it like that. It's good. Have you? Really? Okay. It's the only time you would use mayo? Okay. Next time we have a family gathering, I may make it and take it so I don't have to keep it at home, especially if I don't like it. 314 Action has a campaign calling for RFK Jr.'s resignation. Oh, yes, yes, yes. He's in front of the Senate committee, and Warnock has already asked him to resign. He has tried to overtalk everybody. He has evaded questions. He's tried to question the senators. And he got so upset with, oh, I can see her face. Who's the lady with the short red hair, the short white hair with the glasses? That's from the East Coast. Oh my God. I can see her face and her name is not coming to me. Anyway, he was so upset with her, he turned beet red. And I said, is that color healthy? You're already red. Yep, mayo in my mash, butter, chives, cheese, and sometimes an egg. Raw or cooked egg, Sam? Mayo, butter, chives, cheese, and sometimes an egg. What? Michelle says there is an old recording of the diaper dictator with the radio host who asked him if he could talk to the girl in his bed. Oh. 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 Well, I grew up on Miracle Whip, so it's not a problem for me. I grew up on it. We had Miracle Whip and Hellman's. That's what I grew up on. I didn't even know anything about Dukes until just recently. You just read the mashed potato story. I'll have to go out and find that one. What time is it? Okay, we got 10 minutes. Susan says I might try that with a test batch. We don't have Dukes here. If we have Dukes here, I'll send you a jar. Funeral potatoes. Oh, that's what it's called? Okay. And it's on Mary's website. Hi, Crystal. Getting in truck insurance company called Midwalk. I hope it's good news. Susan Tri-Hellmans are best. That is the closest substitute. Yeah, I grew up on Hellman. You buy Hellman's only, Jen? Okay. I didn't even know we had Dukes here. Yeah, no, Roberta's not here. She's probably napping. It's okay. Raw egg, it cooks quickly in the heat of the mash. Oh, you put them back on the stove. Okay. Okay, okay. Raw egg? Miracle Whip is like spin blend. I know. Oh, stop. It depends upon what you grow up with. And Miracle Whip actually has less calories than mayo. Okay, I'm early. I just picked up my hook. We do. They sell it at Aldi. They sell Dukes at Aldi? What? What? Dukes is thicker. It wouldn't really make much difference to me because I usually put pickle relish in mine anyway. Which reminds me, I actually grew up on sandwich spread. The mayo with the pickle relish already mixed in with it. That's what I used to put on my sandwiches. Michelle grew up with both, and I cannot stand the sweet flavor. I call it horse glue. I like the sweet flavor. I even put a little sweet pickle juice in my tuna salad. My tuna salad, uh, potato salad, macaroni salad. I even put a little bit of sugar in my spaghetti. Hmm. To each his own. It just leaves more for me. I'm glad you don't like it. Then I don't have to share. Oh, Susan's running for me. Susan grew up on Hellman's. Best foods on West Coast. There you go. There you go. Yeah, I my granny had Hellman's and uh Miracle Whip. Yeah. Chris says Aldi said they're going to avoid the USA. Has Aldi said they're going to avoid the USA? Isn't Aldi a USA company? Well, let's see. Go away. Oh no, Aldi is not a US company. It's a German founded discount grocery chain that opened its first American store in 1976. Oh. And Aldi Nord owns Trader Joe's. Oh. Well, see how much I know? I did not know. I thought Aldi started here. Chris says, hi, you're on my truck's radio. Finally got my Bluetooth set up. Yay! I detest sweet pickles. I use dill relish. That leaves more for me. Thank you. I appreciate that. We don't have to fight over that either. Okay, I won't share my freezer biscuits. Okay. I may snatch one if I have some syrup. Yes, I have syrup on my biscuits. Leave me alone. And sometimes jelly. Susan says, "Oh yes, my mother used sandwich spread all the time." High five, Susan. You're right, Sam. It's German. I did not know. I bought cranberry pasta in a jar today. I normally have it when I go out for a meal, but I fancy the change at home. Is that like what we call cranberry sauce? Oh, Jennifer. Jennifer? Cranberry pasta? What the hey? If you meant cranberry paste, it's our cranberry sauce. Google does not know about a cranberry pasta, unless you mean cranberry sauce. I mean, cranberry pastry. Help me out. Cranberry pasta. No, it's German. I know Hyundai said to hell with the new plan and jobs due to ICE. Yeah, and LG is thinking the same. And if you aren't nice to me, I won't tell you about my house purse. Maybe. I just wondered what with all the other companies doing stuff. That was a great question. It really is. And I had not heard. Has anybody heard? Paste, sauce, not pastor. Gotcha. My daughter makes her own cranberry sauce with whole cranberries and pears. Cranberry pastor equals red faced preacher. That's RFK. We can call him the cranberry pastor. Oh, there's Roberta. You'll watch the replay, but wanted to feed the algorithm. Thank you, because they were just asking about you. We looked at the reel you sent. Thank you so much. Helper does cooking for last 20 years. Well, do you want to lend your helper out? Because I don't have one. You know your name is questioned and you want to know. See? You know I'm going to look. No, it's cranberry sauce. They didn't have. Oh, well, Roberta may have something there. I told you I cannot do without you. Oh, look now. Roberta may have something there. Jennifer, what brand do you get? Let's see, we have Stonewall, which is a New England cranberry relish. These are called cranberry, that's the sauce. Oh, there is the intro for our dear darling Reese. Michelle, You got your parking pass? Michelle is going to be driving the bus today. And this is our 5-minute warning. Where am I? Cranberry sauce, cranberry paste. Yes, companies are pulling out of deals that have been on the table since last year. I don't blame them. I really don't. I don't blame them. Yeah, her ears were burning. Cranberry paste is much like a cranberry jam. Oh, paste we use on hot meat, not the jam type for bread. What's the brand? Do you know? The thing is, cranberries are really an American USA thing. A lot of things are. Yeah, we're on his 5-minute warning. Okay. You bought Tesco own brand. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for being here. We're going to do a VJ raid over to Reese Waters and have a watch party because they're talking about this crazy lady in Georgia. Darcia, I hope you're still there. Everybody be safe. Michelle is driving, so if anybody falls off the bus, blame it on her. I'm not driving today. Everybody, please be safe. And when you write your letters, be polite because I don't want him coming after anybody. Chat, are you there? Let's go. Thank you, Michelle. Love you, everybody. Bye bye. Don't forget Val Jean raid.